Oops. Are you okay? So the bottom line is, those surveys are mandatory. We'll make sure that each of you have it. And we're going to do it when you walk in the meeting next week at LL. Everyone's going to be given that survey, a pen, fill it out, leave it with somebody. So that we're going to compile what's everybody's going to be doing. Let's move on. Welcome to our guests. Hello, Chris. Good to see you. Okay. So, the magic of Rotary. Okay, you good? Let's see. Dave Stover, can you come up and read the four-way test? Or you can stand up there too. Here.
Got to get over this way more.
Yeah, please.
Okay, the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you, Dave Stover. Let's give him a round of applause. That was great. I want to thank today's greeter, Diane. Good morning, Diane. She's out of the back. Okay, good. Elizabeth, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Before we start, I want to share something about my personal feeling about the flag. As you know, I'm from Iran. When I came here, it was 17 years to become a U.S. citizen. When I made the office of the immigration for interview, the officer asked me, why it takes so long for you to apply for citizenship? I said, I don't want to lie. She said, what do you mean? What time I want to swear the flag, when I believe this is my flag. And I'm not become a citizen to take any benefit. I'm a job creator or a taxpayer. I'm not tax taker. And my interview took 5-6 hours for different reasons. That was a very long interview. And then she said, Wilbert, I believe it and I agree with you, but I need to send it to my supervisor office to approve it. And it's 1.5 years after that. Well, that's the difference between the people to believe or pick the flag as their own flag. They want to do whatever to protect this flag. And the people, the young generation, like the Gen Z, the generation, they have this flag for granted, and they are not understand what is the real honor to have this flag, the best flag in the world, as the flag of the countries. And of course, our flag is past four-way test as well. If you're gonna match it, four-way test of the Rotary, that's past the four-way test as well. So please put your hand on your heart and repeat after me. The pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, we have got it. We're going to have actually 2 thoughts of the day. Just had that. Let's go on. The thought of the day is so. Of course, every time I call him, you read it, so I have to. Go ahead.
Okay, when Jim contacted me and asked me if I could do the thought of the day before responding, I thought I better think of the thought of the day to make sure I have something to present. So one thing I've been thinking a lot about this past year is the concept of personal accountability. This is raised many times in the context of the homeless cleanups, for example. And so it got me thinking about that and why that's important, but also how it's placed in context. So starting with this concept, there but for the grace of God no I. This is first contributed to St. Francis of Assisi. And as an aside, if you've never been to Assisi, it's a wonderful place in Italy. Great history, great little town, beautiful cathedral. Definitely worth a visit. But this statement is a statement of humility. That basically means that if we had been born differently, if we had different upbringings, we could be just like anybody else, even people less fortunate than we are. To me, this means that our actions and our reactions are determined by factors beyond our control, our nature and our nurture. This leads to greater compassion for those less fortunate, even when it seems like their misfortune may be due to decisions they've made themselves, like the homeless, incarcerated. Then there's this statement: God helps those who help themselves, which is an ancient Greek proverb. It's been adapted over the years, changed from gods to God, but nonetheless, mainly the same. Which is in apparent conflict with the previous statement, in the sense that if God is giving us the ability and desire to help ourselves, then he's also helping those that he's already helped. So it's a bit circular. Nonetheless, having and instilling in others a sense of agency, that with determination and hard work, we can help ourselves, is critical to developing that agency within each individual and allowing them to have success. So now to the difficult question. If our actions are based on the grace of God, nature and nurture, but we want to instill a sense of agency so people help themselves, how do we do this? How do we deal with accountability? So I'm going to present my answer, and welcome to have your own thoughts on this. But to me, it's important to hold people accountable for their actions, to teach them and teach those that are observing that you do have agency, that society plays a role in creating that agency by the nurturing that it does. While we hold individuals accountable, it's also important to understand that society plays a role. And so society is also accountable for those actions. And to that extent, their nurture did not instill the sense of agency or the appropriate desires and capabilities. We as a society have played that role in their lives. And so we need to also deal with the society's role to hold society accountable. And then finish on a more humorous note with God helps those who help themselves, but God help those who get caught helping themselves.
Very nice. I guess we're going to the song of the day. The song. What kind of song are we doing, Ed? Is it a patriotic song? Did you know by your hat?
I don't know.
Oh, here we go.
We all stand for the song. You know, the talk, the inspiration, they talk about accountability. What kind of accountability we got to have for the Secret Service? Just think about that. But anyway, if you look at the 4 people running, although we may only end up with 3, Camilla Harris did not serve in the military. And Joe Biden didn't serve in the military, and Donald J. Trump didn't serve in the military. But J.D. Vance served in the military, and he enlisted in the Marines for 4 years. So I thought it would be appropriate to sing the Marine hymn. I'm sorry? No, there's nothing political.
Hello, everybody. This is Ed. We'll deal with it after. Okay.
What's the political? I just, the reason I'm using it is because.
Okay.
Okay, let me put it on a meeting.
He wants to know where the war that is.
It's World War I. Okay, let's go. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, fight our country's battles in the air and flood the sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are bound to claim the title of the United States Marine. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, John and Keith, for writing a windmill this week. Well, we have a report to send you, so we can help them. Thank you for the responsibility. Visiting Rotarians or guests of Rotarians. Well, we have two guests. Eric. Schlobohm, okay, and Ursinia, right? I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Amakaro, okay. I hope I didn't. Okay. They are from Surfrider Foundation. They'll be our speakers in a few minutes. So I just wanted to introduce you. Is there any? Oh.
Yes, Rotary.
And should tell it, yeah.
Outside from the explosion, Rotary Club.
Soon to be Westwood Village.
Right, okay. I moved to my affiliation.
Okay, so he's going to be in the number. Yes, good.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Diane, I think we're ready. Now, this is for Rotary birthdays. Look who's on it. Ed Glow, July 4. Eleanor Horowitz, July 4. Nancy McCready, July 5th. Goose Bay, Ferry Hunneport, July 16th. Gordon Fellows, not here, the 18th. Allie, Tom, Jared, Aaron, but Terry's. Okay, and in that regard, you may bring it up when you're ready, Diane. Would everybody join in after me? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Terry. Happy birthday to you. And John? No, not John. Ed, blow out the candle. Yeah. There you go. Happy birthday, everybody. Now, here's yes.
Also, tradition, somebody's birthday fell on today, even though he is not here. He's in a treasury, he handles money, and that usually gets somebody in line.
Well, by the way, every single person who has a birthday is fine. And you're suggesting we should double it? Oh, well.
Who was it?
That would be Gordon Phil.
Well, I think we should know.
All right, let's double. Double for Gordon. Gordon's gonna argue with me, but that's.
Keep arguing with you. This is fine.
Yes, exactly. Moving right along, this is something to be proud of. Ron Meister has been in Rotary 6 years.
Oh, that's
Yes.
with perfect attendance.
Oh, and with perfect attendance.
We're-
Yeah.
No, we made it up already. I already got the makeup. Keep traveling.
Oh, and Peter Moore, 44 years number. And Brian Whitney, not perfect attendance, 27. Let's all give him a round of applause. Raise your hand. We'll like a piece of birthday cake. Okay? Okay, yeah, we'll let. Wow, look at this. On July 1st, 1997, Peter joined. Ed Galt, July 10th, 2003. Lynn, July 1st, 2016. Oh my God, my name's on there? July 1st, 2021. I became a Rotarian, and I'm up here as the president. Scary. Dave Stover, same, July 1st, 2021. By the way, that must be that you're going to be the next president, correct? Just on July 1st, 2023 motions started, and Maya Lewinsky, July 1st, 2023. Let's give them all a round of applause. We have somebody that is having a special event on July 5th. And I asked Christine to, August 5th. I thank her. August 5th, Christine is in a play. That's where she's been working hard and studying, rehearsing. So would you talk a little bit about it?
So most of you are familiar with the Geffen Playhouse, which has always been my dream to perform on the Geffen stage. I've been trying to do this since 2015 and I have failed every single time. But every time it's about 10 different veterans from different eras. One of the guys is from Galveston, grew up during, segregation and all that. There's the gal in the green is from Jamaica, Air Force officer. There's a Navy captain, the gal in the jeans. It's really incredible group of people. And we get professional guidance from playwrights at the Geffen to write and perform a story related to our cultural identity. So that's what it is. And tickets are complimentary. It's usually sold out. And I sent Ben a link. If you guys would like to attend, you're invited.
Great for you. Pardon?
Aaron Hobart. I would never do that with yours. Like, just to put it in perspective, I'm running this crazy 35, and this guy yells, do you think you have it against the Air Force? And I thought, no, I have a fix to be guard.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, I would suggest, Mark and Lynn Rogo, my wife and Susan, and Diane and Frank are all gonna be at this event. Let's make it a social event. We can. Let's also. Oh, well, just to support you, that's what I think.
No, not for me, some of the other veterans.
No. We have our veteran right here. No, I would have to share. It's August 5th at the Geffen Theater, 8 o'clock. It's a complimentary.
So it does fulfill, and I think it's something about the people.
Okay. It's one.
It's not just Monday.
No, it's not a Monday. It's not a Monday. Monday, August 5th. Okay, and yeah, you feel the only way they sent you were online registration in front of, so. I'm gonna be there and I can't wait. So. I'm prepared for Steve. She could use your help. Announcements, let's go over a little bit of announcements. On July 21st, to stand up against human trafficking, location to be determined. Friday, the 26th, California has forgotten children. Documentary screening at the Hermosa Beach Community Theater. East Chairs Fellowship Dinner. If you're interested, July 30th at the Avenue Way. Also, August 3rd, Pathway to Road Leadership, a training for aspiring district leaders. So that's the announcements in our own. Oh, there's more. So the one that I'm going to be at is the August 17th district breakfast. Just so you know, everybody, if you would like to attend, we always are willing to pay for your attendance. So you fill it out, sign up, submit, Terry, receipt, and we'll reimburse you. It's for the district breakfast. One of the things that we discussed in our board meeting is on August 24th, they have a seaside splash and dash. It's at the Seaside Lagoon in Redondo Beach. Now, I've never experienced it. It's apparently a hardboard boat extravaganza. I said if somebody can build it and it can float, I'll enter it. But I have to test. Yeah, I want to see it if it stays floating. Okay, so I'll sink and have Eric rescue me. I'll have it, you know what? We'll set up, with a surfboard under it. There you go. Good, I was thinking about your surfboard. Okay, so put these on your calendar. I'll send the announcements off to you. But this is taken right out of our district website. So we get emails. So I don't know, how many people read the information that's sent to them through the district? If you don't, pick it up and look at it. It's very informative. It talks about what we do, how we do it, and there's maybe some things that it would excite you to do. So let's all look at it. Okay, today's program. Let me introduce Eric. I don't have Eugenia in this bio, so you're gonna have to introduce yourself. So Eric Schlobohm, is it right? Okay. Eric is passionate about tackling plastic pollution, promoting ocean-friendly practices. As the lead for our ocean-friendly restaurants initiative, he spearheads efforts to reduce single-use plastics and increase the adoption of reusable alternatives. Having grown up in the West End of Malibu, he's passionate about the ocean, protecting the environment. Eric has expanded his environmental knowledge of sustainability and Organics Aide Certificate from the SMC. His dedication to our mission aligns perfectly with our focus on combating plastic pollution and promoting sustainable practices. I'm confident that with his insights and expertise will resonate well with our audience. So without further ado, let me bring up Eric. And Eric, I want to introduce, the boss. Okay.
All right, Benjamin, thank you so much, and thank you all for inviting us to participate in the meeting. And we also have our lead manager of the Los Angeles chapter here with us. She's yours, Eugenia Corral, as well. When I introduce Eugenia, please.
Everybody, I'm Eugenia Macura. I'm originally from Argentina, so you're gonna hear a little accent. So I'm the Los Angeles chapter manager for the Surfrider Foundation, and we're super grateful that you're all here and you want to learn more about our initiatives and what we do. So let me see. We have a presentation that we're setting up. So just a little bit about me. I've been involved with Surfrider since 2018. I joined after I became a diver. I was diving in Florida, and I saw a lot of the reef area being like packed with a lot of trash, and that like didn't feel good for me. So I started doing like diving cleanups, and after that I moved back to LA, where I have been living for over 20 years, and I met people that they were doing this initiative with plastic pollution. That it was a program that Eric now runs. That is called Ocean Friendly Restaurants. That program is to tackle the plastic pollution at its source. So I started working with the foundation as a volunteer, and last year the chapter manager position opened up, and I got the job of my dreams. So I've been doing this for 6 years now, and all I wanted to say is, can we just like plug it in with my computer? Very quick. It will be super easy. Yeah. You're okay. There we go. And I can go here. Perfect. Technical difficulty.
There.
You guys also was in one of your missions.
Well, cleaning up the fingers, cleaning out stuff.
I'm very common thing to do. So our mission at Surfrider is the Surfrider Foundation is dedicated to the protection and enjoyment of the world's ocean waves and beaches for all people through a powerful activist network. We've been around since 1984, so this year is our 40th anniversary. And it was born here in Los Angeles, Surfrider Beach in Malibu. That's where 4 surfers started this organization, because there was an initiative that they were going to close the Malibu Creek lagoon, and that was going to affect the waves. So the surfers like opposed, and they win the campaign. So the Surfrider Foundation focuses in 5 major initiatives, which is like plastic pollution reduction, clean water, coast and climate, and ocean access and ocean protection. For plastic pollution reduction, we have different programs, and one of the programs is beach cleanups, which some of you went to the beach cleanup that we did at Sunset Point recently. It was like maybe a couple months ago, in April, a little bit more. And then ocean friendly restaurants. So we believe that we can clean ourselves out of the mess that plastic pollution is, because plastic doesn't really disappear. It just breaks down to little pieces, and those microplastics are ingested by ourselves, like humans, animals, and even getting on our food, like through the soil. So we're trying to tackle at the source, like by promoting legislative initiatives, and also at restaurants, which is the program that Eric runs, that we're trying to work with business to actually teach them to adopt more sustainable practices. And one of them is to not use single-use plastic, that you use it just once and you throw it in the trash, and that never disappears. So without further ado, I'll let Eric do the presentation on Ocean Friendly Restaurants, our plastic pollution initiative. But if you have any questions about any of the other programs, I'm here, and I'm reachable via email, and I can share on my website, and you're invited to any of our events. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you all for inviting us once again. Again, my name is Eric. I'm the lead volunteer for the Ocean Friendly Restaurant Program. I've been involved with beach cleanups and around the environment for many, many years, for decades, and cleanups and such, and been seeing so much debris and so much plastic. I thought, hey, what can we do? And I discovered a hangar and Surfrider and the Ocean Friendly Restaurant Program, where we try to tackle the debris and the plastic before it gets into the environment, right? So it's like we see so much stuff from the food industry and elsewhere that goes into the environment. So our mission statement for the Ocean Friendly Restaurants. The Ocean Friendly Restaurant Program is about increasing environmental awareness, all right? We're driving change in behaviors and ultimately to a scalable impact to reduce waste. One restaurant and one consumer and one customer at a time. So we can all have an impact in small ways. So we have a wonderful video that I wanted to share. You can pop on. Let's see if we have audio as well. Beautiful.
The ocean, covering 2/3 of our planet. It provides life, sustenance, and over 70% of our planet's oxygen. But now, it's estimated that over 5 trillion pieces of plastic are floating in the ocean, littering our beaches, killing wildlife, and ending up in our food chain. To make the shift to a more sustainable future, it has to start with businesses and the consumer. The Surfrider Foundation's Ocean Friendly Restaurants program is tackling these issues head on by encouraging restaurants to make simple changes that collectively make a huge impact.
I'm Ed Kenny, chef owner of Town Hospitality Group. We operate 4 ocean-friendly restaurants: Kaimaki Superette, Town, Mahina and Sons, and Mud and Water. We initially got one restaurant. We got it. One makes this difference. What will 2, 3, or 4 do? We've actually seen our impact multiply exponentially.
The idea of using something for one time that lasts forever just makes no sense. So slowly, we're trying to phase out single-use plastic, along with all the environmental hazards associated with plastic pollution. There are also serious health issues. And you have so much plastic in the ocean that's breaking down. Sea creatures are eating this, and it's bioaccumulating up through the food chain and ending up on our dinner plate.
Everyone in this world is using plastic. Wherever you are, you can see it showing up on the beaches. So it's a global problem. Businesses have started to address this issue. They use alternative materials and try to reduce their plastic amount.
I'm Jack Johnson, and as someone who loves the ocean, I support Surfrider Foundation's Ocean Friendly Restaurants program. It's a great way to learn about restaurants that are eliminating single-use plastic from their practices and supporting sustainable seafood.
So what makes a restaurant ocean friendly? Reusable tableware when dining in. Proper recycling practices are followed. No straw unless you ask for it. No styrofoam at all. And no plastic bags for to-go orders.
It's been an amazing experience working with the Surfrider Foundation in the Ocean Friendly Restaurant Program. We've done everything from working with consumers and businesses, and we've really stepped up to the plate, and now we're working on legislation. Changing policy and pushing policy forward really is going to be the thing that saves us from ourselves. So ultimately, this is what we need to do in order to save the planet.
Where we shop, what we eat, what we buy, and how we run business can help create the change we need to keep our ocean healthy and thriving. Surfrider's Ocean Friendly Restaurants program is taking the lead on these issues, encouraging restaurants to move to more environmentally friendly practices. To find an ocean-friendly restaurant in your local community and to learn more, visit surfrider.org.
She loves the sunlight. No longer sees it because
That's helpful. Thank you very much. So, yeah, I first I got that footage. I mean, Hawaii, it's taken something to Hawaii, Honolulu, and the rainbow on the Hawaiian coast of Hawaii. I mean, the rainbow, we can get to that. And I believe we can get to reducing the plastic and get to that rainbow and helping out the environment and minimizing a lot of the plastic and other styrofoam and debris that ends up in our oceans and on our beaches. I'll share a little bit about me and how I came to come into involvement with Surfrider. As Benjamin shared a bit in the intro, I grew up in Malibu, up around Zuma. We were fortunate, and in the 70s, it was very quiet. There was very little debris up there. I mean, it's driftwood washing in and out of the surf, maybe little kelp, lobster shells, seals on the beach. It was pretty pristine back in the 70s and even into the 80s. Coming forward, decades later, you go down by that water line nowadays, it's styrofoam, straws, single-use plastic, bottle caps, plastic bags, so much debris. It's pretty scary. So, it's being eaten by mammals, birds, ourselves, for eons. Things on the surface of the water were natural. Things on the beach were natural. It's the bird ate it, animals ate it. That up the food chain was not going to be damaging. Now, that's plastic and things are going into our food and into us. We've got plastics in the water, in meat, in the plant life, and in us. They say we consume as much as a plastic credit card worth a plastic credit card worth a month into our in different ways of breathing and ingesting. So, our mission with the Ocean Friendly Restaurants is to do our part to try to get back and stop that at the source. There's over 200 million tons of plastic that go into the environment right now, and over 11 million tons of plastic going into our oceans annually. So again, we're trying to come at it at the source with Ocean Friendly Restaurants. So we have, as they had mentioned in the video, 7 main criteria to become an Ocean Friendly Restaurant. First one, only reusable foodware, no plastic when on-site dining, so it's washable. No expanded polystyrene or styrofoam, which now there are bans here in Los Angeles, all the way down to the restaurants now. Paper straws only upon request. No beverages in plastic bottles. That's what they want to see is plastic bottles in the environment. I'm sure you see it on your guys' cleanups here. And then you guys did that beautiful cleanup at sunset, right? What kind of things did you guys find there? It was just wild, right? And tons of food things and
If somebody orders a drink and it's not going to be in a plastic bottle, how do they, what's the alternative?
we have cups, we have clean can, we have canteens. You can do license a reusable cup coming into an establishment with a reusable cup, or if they are selling things aluminum and paper. There's like boxed water, and so there are all different alternatives. There's boxes, there's aluminum that are much more biodegradable and such. So yeah, so there's definitely some directions to go with that for sure. Please.
We have a restaurant touring on.
No.
How much additional would this cost him change his way he does business? It
is there are studies that actually show that in the long term we have savings, which I can share. There are some upfront costs of switching away from styrofoam, as we were chatting. Styrofoam can be much less expensive coming into the fiber and board items, but using washable utensils and things like that. So it actually is a savings. You mentioned how many single-use utensil packages they handed out instead of those going away, instead doing reusable washable utensils. So there's definite savings. And in the long term, I can share some numbers. I don't have them off the top of my head, and Handy can come at some things as well. But ultimately, in the long term, there are savings that can be found and moving over to the reusable items. For sure. So yeah, so those are our main ones we get through. So additionally, no plastic bags, which we all see tremendous. I'm sure you see them in your cleanups here in Westwood. The bag issues is even with our regulations, they're still all over the environment. Proper recycling, and then again the single-use straws, condiments only upon request, which is again that's another actually legislation thing in Los Angeles. They're only supposed to give out on takeout, when it's requested, for singles, for the utensils and such. And we also, in addition to those main 7 items, of these 8, we asked for 3 of these be covered as well. So the one, 3 of these 8 discount for customers with reusable items, as you had asked, you coming with a reusable cup to a Starbucks or what have you, or to restaurants who use reusables. Even now with the reusable food containers, people are coming in and actually bringing food containers so they can, do their takeaway. Vegetarian options offer no single use or bioplastic containers are used. Prepackaged items are not sold in plastic. That composting is efforts in composting. Energy efficiency efforts are in place as well. Many of these things are really cost basis. I mean, years on top of lights and water savings, and all these things are already, make business sense completely as well as environmental sense. So then ultimately the last one also is seafood is best choice registered as well as one of the items also. So we also list out some of our restaurants registered. We have right now over 573, like 578 this last month. We've added a few more over the entire country. Then locally we have over 28 listed on the map. So we have a map, and people are about this map. There's hundreds of thousands of members of Surfrider. They can, okay, where's there a local restaurant that is, taking care of the environment? And we try to promote the restaurants that are taking environmental steps to protect our beaches and waterways. So some of the benefits that we do specifically here that ocean-friendly restaurants get is free membership. So there is no cost to join the membership. So it is free. We do accept donations. And we are actually doing a promotion right now, $10 to become a member. And we're giving out a little reusable cup that you can ask about with a $10 membership today if you wish. So we give away window stickers, brochures, little inserts to promote that you're environmentally friendly. You can use all of our logos and Surfrider logos on marketing material. We are a really well-known organization around the Southland, around the country, listed on the website, nationally and locally. We include on the OFR map, which we just showed, both a local map and a national map, launch parties and collaborative promotions. So for instance, on Monday, we're going to have an OFR meeting at the Curious Palate in Santa Monica, which is an OFR restaurant, wonderful food, nice beers and beverages. And we go in and we'll utilize and have an event at OFR with some of the other benefits. Access to discounts. So a lot of these restaurants can come up with the rules to the styrofoam things with their existing suppliers, but then we do also have discounts, relationships with vendors to get discounts. They can do tax deductible donations. We always are willing to accept the donation. And then we are really a big brand. Surfrider Foundation is a really large brand. So it's really, it's a wonderful thing to be able to partner with the Surfrider Foundation. We have like 20,000 members or 20,000 people following us on social media here in the Southland. Over 200,000 people, nationwide following in the social media. And one of the other things we'd love to do is promote the OFRs with a social media blast or in our newsletters. And that gets some tremendous exposure. Again, over 20,000 people here in LA and 200,000 people nationally. So we want to try to drive and bring in new business, right? So been a business in the apparel business myself for decades and retired at this point, but it's always about new customers. Now we bring in new customers. It's always so key, and that's part of what we really are trying to assist with. So then our volunteer resources. Going right to the website. So we have an ocean-friendly restaurant. Click through on the website. Tell us about what we are up to. We do restaurant outreach. We've got some training videos. We even have scripts for those that love the restaurants. What I like to say is, hey, if you like food and if you like the beach, you're a natural for the ocean-friendly restaurants. Because we care about both. And we have some scripts, again, introduce yourselves to the restaurant, point them our direction, it depends how far you want to get involved. So we have the outreach, compliance checks, we make sure people are still in compliance. And then once you're registered, it's an annual compliance. So each year, just, we send an email so they can, just say, hey, yeah, we're still following our criteria. We have tabling events, which I had met Benjamin and a couple of you when you did put your time and energy into that wonderful beach cleanup down at Sunset Point. That was amazing. 100 pounds of debris there. That was an incredible day. And then we do some educational resources. We also push alongside of our, push for local ordinances and legislation to be able to, keep plastics and styrofoam, single-use bags and so forth out of our environment. So, yeah, that's what we are all about with ocean-friendly restaurants. Here's a few of our restaurants around the country. Showing off some of the plaques that we do. We've got wonderful plaques and things to promote that they are ocean-friendly certified. And with that, I would put it to you. Any questions you might have? We'd love to share more on what we can do to coordinate and collaborate with you all. Please.
I was going to say, Bruce, you're president of the Restaurant Association, correct?
During the pandemic, yes, we still am at the board and president. I have a chamber of commerce.
So this would be something that maybe you could work together?
I love to sit down with them.
Fabulous. Love that. I love that. That's the Restaurant Association of here in Westwood, LA County. Wow, that's fabulous. Yeah, I would love to talk to you with and dive into that. No question. Thank you. Thank you. So, and then please.
As an individual, you have to pay for a restaurant. What's the approach to say, hey, do you guys willing to become a member of this group?
So there's a couple of ways you do it. If you'd like to get more involved, we do have some scripts. So we have links. If you'd like to pass along an email, I can share with you some scripts on how to do an introduction. And if you just want to just kind of dabble in it, you can just say, hey, can I get a hold of the decision maker, who's the manager of the decision maker, and get their card and get some details, and I'd be happy to follow it up. So either way, it depends how much you would like to be involved with it. If you just want to pass on that content, or if you'd like to, kind of get more in and follow along with us. So yeah, we'd happy either way.
It's lower income type program approach for the food trucks.
There is, there's conversations about the food trucks and some qualifiers. Is that you're not really, it's mostly dine-in kind of focus, right?
So with food trucks, the only thing is they do a lot of to go. They're using a lot of materials. So we have worked with some food trucks. They're smaller and they do reusables. They collect what they give away, but a lot of them don't comply with our criterias. So
That's what I was wondering, because obviously this is more of an upscale restaurant focus, but the majority of the trash that I've seen in Santa Monica is coming from the food trucks. And the families that typically run these don't have a lot of money, but it seems like if there was a package of these things cost this much, you give this label, boom, it's a very simple decision for somebody that doesn't have a lot of staff that can get that trash. I was curious if there are any thoughts.
yeah, so we usually, what we do with food trucks and also with coffee shops, they're the two major places where we struggle with working, and we try to work with them a lot. So like Eric mentioned, we have different resources that we can give discounts for some of the vendors that they do have composable materials. So there are food trucks that they are using composable materials, or they use taco trucks, for example, they do aluminum, which aluminum can potentially be recycled if that's the case, and it's not single-use plastic. So we have work. And I actually, when I was running the program, I got to work with a really small shop that it was half food truck, half restaurant, and the lady, she started doing this thing where she got mason jars, and she was selling them for $1, and she will give back the dollar to whoever brought it back. And that really worked. So we came like with some initiatives that they were very innovative to try to help out them. And what she did is like she will set up in the same place, and she put a little table so people eat there. Because we're also trying to promote again, like going back to eating at the place and doing reusables, and kind of like it's also healthy to enjoy your food. So for us, it's like you need to enjoy your food and like stay, and those are kind of like our principles. But it is a little difficult for some places. Yeah.
And it's like, if people have like a really simple, like, plug and play. Then it becomes, there's gonna be- And so there's no really way. Just a thought.
Yeah, I think now, because a lot of our criterias are like, we have worked so much on legislation that a lot of our criterias nowadays, they have to comply by regulations and legislations locally. For example, hold on to your, skip this stuff. It's one of the legislation that was passed a couple of years ago, where like you have to ask the customer if they want utensils or condiments. Before, when I started the program, that wasn't a legislation. So because we do both of the jobs and we pass these legislations, it's becoming a little easier and more restaurants are complying. But yeah, we hear you and we agree that you'd be surprised. Like we did a study with I don't know if you've ever been on the website at Dogtown Coffee. So Dogtown Coffee, they wanted to like, they have that issue. So we did a study and we support them to get the right materials and like to skip the stuff and to give more reusables, and they end up saving money.
Yeah, and that's the thing I think people don't realize, is like you end up saving money and getting loyalty in the long run.
Yeah. In the long run.
Like, how do you get from like 5-star restaurant to taco truck? And that's where I see most of these coming from here, all along the coast.
That's true. Yeah.
And these are sweet, loving families.
Yeah.
Not always speaking English.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
they take the orders, and if there was just like, look, these containers, this sticker, I think it would be easier to adopt, and then it becomes part of their brand.
Yeah, I agree. And we're working on it constantly. No, thank you.
That's awesome. I love that. Thank you. Please.
Not
Hannah first.
Are keeping the beaches clean and free of litter part of your efforts also? So,
Yes, that's a big part of it. That is a whole other program we do called beach cleanups. And Shanae, we have another lead for the beach cleanup. So yes, we have multiple different programs in which you guys participated, and Diane had connected with Shanae and Eugenia, and for sure. So yeah, and that's what I've been doing, the beach cleanups for decades. You know, honestly, myself with organizations, and then after I swim or surf, I do a cleanup. But after seeing it for so long, my feelings is with the ocean-friendly restaurants, I'm going to step it back and catch it even before it gets to the beach. I love that. I heard that today for the first time. That is fabulous. I applaud you guys. That's beautiful.
Well, I was actually asking you about the relative value of cleaning up on the beach versus in the community before it gets there.
Here, keep it out of the waterways. I mean, that's personally, it's the same.
We encourage everybody to clean wherever you are, because I mean, especially in LA, that all the watershed ends up in the ocean. Like, so with the rains, everything that you see here. Yeah,
Exactly. It could be drifting outside. So if you catch it, we want to do both. You want to do it all. I mean, if you're doing it here, love to have it at the beaches as well.
You know what?
Been cut off.
You were cut off. Okay, one last thing. Okay.
So if you wanna, like, we brought some stuff, so if you have time, we're doing a promotion for our 40th anniversary. If you wanna become a member of our chapter, with $10 donation and you'll get one reusable cup, you can take anywhere with you and you would save some of the plastic. You can even get coffee on these cups. And then, also, we have a QR code here that is to sign up to strengthen the bag legislation. And also, if you're interested in any events that we have, there is another QR code and I
By
can
the
help.
way, your first donation.
Let's accept
Okay. Yes, yes, we do. So we have five here. So if you would like, to donate $10, become a member, get a reusable cup. This has been a fabulous program. Thank you. And because we love people to speak, prison president for us, figures together.
Bag reusable.
That's definitely.
Bag reusable.
Now the bag, paper bag, okay. Yeah, okay. You have two, that's reusable. Okay, by the way, everybody, hang tight for 1 second. Diane would like to have a moment. Here.
We have a young child on the property right now that's having a really bad meltdown. If he starts screaming when you leave, please just keep walking. Do not engage him. Just go on to your part.
That was a sound effect.
Thank you. Oh, great.
With that, let me go to Les. So next meeting is somebody that I think is absolutely worth coming again. This is NLL. Michael Bronis is a specialist in plastic surgery for hands. And he's an expert witness, and he speaks all over the world. Just happens to be a friend, so he agreed to speak to us. So I would love everyone to show up at Hillel next week. And that's, oh my God, we have a final goal. Now this goes with my message from now on, pivoting. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. I'm reality. And with that. Yeah. Thank you again, Joe. Thank you again.